Everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wizard101 for Dummies. And today we're going to be talking about Darkmoor and the Catacombs. While getting close to level 100, I noticed a lot of players were talking about farming at Darkmoor. As an inexperienced player, I had no idea what Darkmoor was and how to get there, and same went on when I hit max level and people started talking about Dragoon gear. Darkmoor and Catacombs both act like separate worlds, but they're actually continuations of Wizard City. They are similar to Aquila in that it acts like another world but cannot be reached through the world door. They are instead destinations brought from a portal in various areas of Wizard City. Darkmoor will be unlocked for players once you have reached level 100. You will get a quest from the Death Professor to travel to Darkmoor to defeat Malastare once and for all. After following the orders of the Death School Professor, there will be a circular green portal outside of the Death School to get to Darkmoor. There are 3 main dungeons to get to Malastare. Once you complete each dungeon, you will not have to repeat and go through that dungeon again, as a teleporter will appear allowing you to get to whatever dungeon you would like to run. I'm not going to go through each of the bosses in each dungeon, as the Wizard101 wiki has all of that info for you, but I'm here to tell you that you will need 4 people to run through each dungeon, and if possible, I would recommend getting a higher level wizard to help you. Lots of the bosses cheat, and all of the bosses cheat during the last dungeon to get to Malastare, which is a very difficult challenge even as a max level wizard. If you guys want a full run of Darkmoor, let me know in the comments, and if anyone needs help going through any of the dungeons, be sure to let me know and I'll be happy to help. The main reason for farming at Darkmoor would be the gear given. You've probably seen a lot of players running around the spiral with that creepy looking gear that covers your wizard from head to toe. I'm not too big of a fan of the design of the gear, so I would recommend stitching. But that's up to you. Here are the stats of the gear which can be obtained through defeating Malastare in the final dungeon. All of these pieces are considered tier 1 gear, meaning it is the best gear you can obtain through Darkmoor. As you go through each of the dungeons, some bosses may drop similar gear, but not as good as Malastare's. You will unlock the quest to go into the Catacombs when you hit level 130. There, you will be sent to a dog lady outside of the drain in Golem Court. As you quest through, you will get to the area where you will find Zasha Emberforge, who will be your fairy godmother for all things Dragoon. Dragoon gear is currently one of the top sets of gear you can obtain as a max level, but such gear will come at a cost. This gear needs to be crafted, so lots of reagents will be needed, which means lots and lots of farming. It took me about a week of solely farming the Catacombs for enough reagents to craft the helmet. You may also find that a lot of the big bosses down in the Catacombs also drop Vanguard gear. This gear is similar to stats for Dragoon, but slightly worse. Keep all of the Vanguard gear you receive, as in order to craft the Dragoon gear, you will need the corresponding Vanguard gear of any school. For example, on this myth character, I farmed the first boss in the dungeon Abandoned House for the Vanguard hat. I happened to get the Ice Vanguard hat, and then I farmed the Whispering Sepulcher? I farmed the Whispering Dungeon for reagents to finally craft the Dragoon hat. Here are all of the Dragoon hats, boots, and rings for each school. I won't be showing the other gear in the set as there are other options that are better. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know if you have any questions regarding Darkmoor or the Catacombs. If you want any specific topics covered, let me know in the comments below. Happy questing! Actually continuations of Wizard City. They are similar to Aquila in that you will unlock the quest to get into the Catacombs when you hit level 100. Okay, I can't speak! For example, on this myth character, I farmed the first boss in the dungeon Abandoned House for the Vanguard cat. Vanguard cat. Yes, I farmed it for the Vanguard cat. It's very cute. Very fluffy. This is like my 5th time recording.